What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, man. I hope you guys are having a great Wednesday. It is officially hump day. We are almost to the weekend again. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. Welcome to round 2 or episode 2 of the NFL 2024 mock draft for your boy. We got the first 10 picks out of the way. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you click the link down below to get that, or just search my channel. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. We're going to go ahead and dive right in, man. We're going to start with what were the first 10 picks. Marvin Harrison Jr., Caleb Williams at 2, Drake May at 3, Joe Alt fell down to the Cardinals at 4. The offensive tackle Penn State, still can't say his name, falls to the Chargers. Roma Dunze goes to the Giants. Brock Bowers to the Titans. Jaden Daniels to the Falcons. Keon Coleman to the Chiefs. Bears. And then the offensive tackle from Oregon State goes to the New York Jets. So that is the top 10 picks. If you missed those and you want to go back and see where, why, and how I put them in each spot, make sure you hit up that video, leave a like, and comment that you're from this video, and let's go ahead and get started. So at the number 11 spot, we've got the Minnesota Vikings. They need a quarterback, cornerback, safety, running back, and linebacker. Now listen, I do think the Vikings are going to lean towards getting a veteran quarterback. If they didn't, I would lean towards getting this guy right here. Let me find him. You guys are not going to be surprised, but it's this man right here. Michael Penix Jr. is going to be the steal of this draft. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But like I said, I do see them going out and getting a veteran quarterback. A running back position who I think people are undervaluing is this guy right here, Bucky Irving. I watched him during the 2 games against Washington. He is shifty as all get out. He can play very well out of the backfield. And so I think he lands with the Minnesota Vikings. Very similar to the Jahmyr Gibbs role that we saw. A little bit shocking that they took him so high. I think he lands with the Minnesota Vikings. Now, moving on to 12, we got the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos also need a quarterback. I do think that the opposite of the Vikings is true, that the Denver Broncos are going to want to get a young quarterback to kind of restart the salary cap. Obviously, with the whole situation with Russell Wilson being out, I think that they're going to want to get a young quarterback in there with the young team that they have. Try and really rebuild and use some of the pieces that they have currently and really restart that clock. So for me, I'm not sure why J.J. McCarthy is rated above these two. I don't have them as that. I think that Michael Penix Jr. would be a good fit here. I think that knowing Sean Payton, he's going to want a little bit of a bigger, stronger guy. I think that guy is Bo Nix. Moving on to the Raiders. The Raiders are somebody who also need a quarterback. I could see J.J. McCarthy maybe going there with the run scheme, but having someone like Devontae Adams on the outside really feels like Michael Penix Jr. would do well here, but we're not going to take another quarterback back-to-back. I just don't really see the Raiders taking a quarterback. I think they're also another team that could maybe go out and get someone in the free agent market. I feel like Kirk Cousins might be a good fit there as well. So we're going to focus mainly on the defensive side of the ball. As you can see, quarterback, safety, offensive tackle, offensive guard. I think someone like J.C. Latham would be good there. Obviously, the offensive line could use some help. You've got the defensive tackle from Illinois, edge from UCLA, cornerback Terrion Arnold. I think they definitely need some help on the outside. So we'll take the highest rated cornerback at this point to really shape up the defense. Moving on to the New Orleans Saints. Who do I want the New Orleans Saints to draft, and who will they draft are two very different questions. Who do I want them to draft? This man right here. This man right here, Michael Penix Jr., is the dream of who I would love for them to draft. But they're not going to do that. So they're going to take either a defensive lineman or offensive lineman. Who is the highest rated offensive lineman right here? You've got Jackson Powers Johnson. Is there anyone above him right now? Yeah, we're going to take the guy from Alabama, J.C. Latham, to land with the New Orleans Saints to really help the offensive line. Obviously wasn't a strong suit for them I think he helps with the Saints offensive line. Moving on to the Indianapolis Colts. The Indianapolis Colts are definitely going to need a wide receiver. I don't care what any of this says right here. They definitely don't need a running back, in my opinion. Wide receiver is someone who they're going to need to be athletic, to be big. This is someone who, if up here, Keon Coleman, maybe they take an offensive lineman who I would put here. If Chicago probably wouldn't take two wide receivers anyway. I just feel like that would be a fun matchup, so I did that. Or not matchup, but pair up. So I think if Keon Coleman doesn't go there, he'll go here. But since he's not available in our mock draft, we're going to take Malik Neighbors to really fill out the position and give another young target for Anthony Richardson to bond with over the coming years. Moving on to the quarterback position in Seattle. Now, listen, I know they don't have a need listed up here, but I'm going to be honest here. Geno Smith obviously had a little bit of a down year this year. I think him setting behind, I think he is a good player that a quarterback could set behind and learn from. And so we're going to take Michael Penix Jr. to stay in the state of Seattle and go up to in the state of Washington and go to Seattle and play with the Seahawks and stay as a local kid there. I think he'd be a good fit with all those talented wide receivers. I think he'd be a really good fit there in Seattle. Moving on to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jacksonville Jaguars really just need help on the defensive side of the ball, and I think that Jared Verse stays in the state of Florida and becomes a Jacksonville Jaguar. I think that they definitely need someone with Josh Allen being a restricted free agent, I believe. His contract is coming up, and so I think he would be a good person to help shape up the defense. Moving on to 18, the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals are in danger of losing T. Higgins. He is able to be tagged, but I don't know if they do that because, honestly, he could ask out still. Let's see what they got here. Cornerback, offensive tackle, offensive guard, and tight end. Let's look at the tight ends here. Let's see who we got. You've got Jatavion Sanders. I've never heard of Cade Stover. I've heard of Cade Stover. This is not a heavy tight end draft. Wide receiver, you've got another LSU guy. Feels like he would fit in well with the culture there. Xavier Worthy also would fit in well. I love Jalen Polk. Love Jalen McMillan as well. We're going to go somewhat on the defensive side of the ball, and we're going to take, where's he at? Nate Wiggins out of Clemson. Good kid. I think he's very talented, very athletic. Think he'll fit in well with the defense that they are building out there in Cincinnati. And moving on to the second to last pick of this video, the Rams. Who do the Rams need according to Pro Football Talk? Let's see here. They need an offensive tackle, edge, offensive guard, cornerback, offensive. Okay. Let's see what we got here. So let's take a look. We're on the best overall players. Obviously, I can't say his name. I'm terrible with names. So hopefully no one's taking any disrespect. You've got Dallas Turner out of Alabama. He is slightly rated above the edge guy out of UCLA. And for that reason, Alabama is just a better school. We're going to take Dallas Turner to land in Los Angeles with the Rams. And moving on to the Pittsburgh Steelers, what are the quarterbacks that are available right now? Because let's be honest. Jordan Travis, you know what? Sam Hartman feels like a great fit to be a Pittsburgh Steeler and to be the last pick of the 2024 NFL Draft Part 2. I will catch you guys in the next video. If you're new here, subscribe, like the video, all that stuff. Hit the description down below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.